Hello and welcome back to the Simple Joy Show. Now I know a lot of you are here because you're excited and eager to start decluttering your homes and your lives, and you may have even tried in the past but you've been stopped by the fear of overwhelm and being unsure of where to begin. So today we're going to navigate through those feelings, debunk the myth of perfection surrounding decluttering, and equip you with practical strategies to start you on your decluttering journey. This is the Simple Joy Show, the podcast for people who are ready to declutter and simplify their homes and lives to create more space, time, energy and freedom. I am your host, Hayley Forster, mother, wife and declutter coach, and I'm going to be sharing with you simple bite-sized nuggets to help you on your journey to living a simpler life through the power of decluttering. So if you're ready to choose calm over chaos, then let's dive into today's show. Hello everybody, happy Friday. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. This is going to be my last podcast just for a couple of weeks because I am taking the rest of August off. We're off on a big family holiday, and I did consider whether to kind of bulk record some episodes and get them out there and schedule them so they would be released while I'm away. But I decided not to, and that's because I didn't want to just put content out there for content's sake and try and rush it out for you and it not be as good as I wanted it to be. And also, I really truly believe that we need rest and downtime, and I have been super busy in the run up to this holiday with just looking after the kids in the summer holidays, trying to keep them entertained and take them out where I can, as well as keep on top of my work and getting ready for the big holiday as well. So I didn't really want to add extra to my plate when it wasn't necessary, because we all need downtime, and I didn't want to get to my holiday and be absolutely exhausted from the run up to it, and then it takes a few days for me to pull myself around, and by that time half of my holiday is gone. So I really wanted to just try and relax into it and ease into it and not overwork myself and get myself so stressed before we actually go on holiday. It's a big holiday for us. It's a once in a lifetime holiday. We're off to California. We're taking the kids to Disneyland, and I'm really looking forward to it. So instead of me trying to aimlessly engage in all of these activities that aren't really necessary, I'm just really choosing to disconnect from all of that and really connect with my girls and enjoy this time, and just be really intentional about being with them and creating as many memories as possible. So I'm really excited. You can probably tell because I keep mentioning about how excited I am. But anyway, let's get on to the main part of this episode. As I mentioned in the intro, so many people are really keen and eager to start decluttering, but actually when it comes to sitting down and actually starting it, they back out because they're either confused about where to start and they're thinking, well, if I start in this room, that's going to impact that room, or I don't have the space to actually sort through stuff. I'm not entirely sure where the best place is to start. And then the overwhelm builds up and you start to panic and you think, oh, I can't do this. It's just too much. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to do it another day. And then that just keeps on happening and keeps on happening, and you keep putting it back. And before you know it, months have gone by and you've still not managed to do anything. So that's what I want to discuss today. Now, the first big hurdle in that is not knowing where to start. And that is often a fear that's rooted in either perfectionism or overwhelm. And decluttering as a whole, it might feel scary to you because you want to do it perfectly. You want to be able to say, I've decluttered, I've done this, and it's stayed like this, and I've been able to get it done so quickly, and I want to start in the right place, and it's going to be absolutely perfect, and I'm going to do it right. If I'm going to spend time on it, I want to do it perfect. But the truth is, there is no perfect way to declutter. And as with most things in life, if you wait until you can do it perfectly, you're never going to start. Decluttering can be quite a messy, quite an emotional process as well. for many people, not just you. And the only way really is to just get started, because if you keep waiting for that perfect moment, it's just never going to come. And yeah, there's ways to get started that are going to help you ease into the process and build up the momentum by starting in easier places, less emotional places. So just pick a spot that feels right for you and just get started. Accept that it's going to be messy. Accept that it's probably going to involve a lot of trial and error, and you need to understand about how it's going to work best for you and what's going to make you feel as though you can do this and move forward. And you might try out a few different decluttering styles and methods, but trust me when I say that clearing some clutter imperfectly is always going to be better than just waiting and worrying about clearing it in a perfect way that ultimately doesn't really exist. I always say that the journey begins with a single step. So just pick an area that calls out to you, that feels right for you, whether it's a drawer, a cupboard, or even just one particular shelf in a unit. Just go there, start decluttering, and just make an impact. Yes, it's always easier to pick somewhere that's less emotional, so try and keep that in mind. But just remember, it's okay for you to make mistakes. It's okay for you to change strategies and just think, oh, I don't think I like this style of doing things. But ultimately, the objective is progress, not perfection. And you just need to keep that in mind throughout your decluttering process. Now, the second concern that might come from this is just you feeling overwhelmed with too much work ahead of you. You're looking ahead and all you can see is clutter, clutter, clutter. And you're not alone if you've looked at your clutter and you've felt overwhelmed with it. You felt buried under the weight of it all. That is really, really normal. And you're going to look at that clutter and you're going to think about how much work it's going to be to sort through it all. And before you even get started, you're going to feel overwhelmed. Now, the best way to overcome that fear of how much work it's going to be to declutter your entire home is to stop thinking about it in terms of decluttering your entire home. Instead, what you want to do is break the work down into really small, simple steps that feel much more manageable to you and therefore less scary. Don't think about decluttering your entire house, just think about decluttering one room. Or if that still feels like too much, just think about decluttering one drawer, one shelf, one box, one pile, even one small little area of a surface. And you've got to remind yourself your home didn't become full of clutter overnight. It probably took years and years and years to accumulate what you've got in there now. So just let yourself off the hook a little bit and just remind yourself that it doesn't have to be a job that is done overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to be a process, but you just need to tackle the decluttering one step at a time, and that every step you take moves you closer to reaching your decluttering goals. So just remember to take baby steps. Every item you decide to keep or let go, it's progress. Cherish that progress. Don't rush the journey, and celebrate each of those decluttering achievements that you've got to, no matter how small they are, because it's a big achievement. So next time that you find yourself hesitating, just remember these tips that I've given you today. I've purposely done this as a short episode because if you are starting to declutter and you feel that overwhelm coming on, just chuck this episode on, just put it in your ears and listen to it before you get started. Just as a reminder to tell yourself that it doesn't all have to be done at once. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just start somewhere small, even if you do 5-10 minutes a day, and that will make a big difference. In September, I'm going to be releasing a 30-day declutter challenge, and I'll let you know when that is out, but that's a perfect way to start because it's taken 30 days, just a short period of time, and there's like 10-15 minute tasks to do each day. And those small tasks build up over time. And it's just to show you that actually just a little bit of effort every single day, no matter how small, then builds up to something really, really great at the end of it. And you can feel the impact already within a few days of actually doing that and committing that time and committing that effort. So just remember that your journey is your journey. It's unique to you. Yes, there's going to be some hurdles, but you'll work out how best to do it for yourself. And just remember that getting started is the best thing to do. So thank you for spending this time with me today on the Simple Joy Show. I will see you after my big holiday, but until next time, embrace the journey and cherish each and every simple step. Take care. Thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the Simple Joy Show further, then please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from me, you can follow me on Instagram at HelloSimpleJoy. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.